Hey guys, I'm Whitney Cherry, the 4-H agent here in Calhoun County with the University of Florida IFAS Extension. And this is a training for our volunteers who will be using the Spaghetti Towers kit. And this training is being created primarily for our library volunteers in our branch libraries here in Calhoun County. I'm very excited about the kits that they've picked for their summer library program. We partner with them every year and they use 4-H curriculum materials and they are screened 4-H volunteers. So we're very excited about the things that they've picked this year. I think they're really going to love the kits. But this training is also applicable to anyone who wants to replicate this activity or come and check out the kit from the 4-H office and at any other time and use it in your classroom, church youth groups, or any other 4-H club. So if you would like to volunteer and do 4-H activities, these kits are for you as well. This is a really awesome lesson plan. We call it the Spaghetti Towers kit. You can turn it into spaghetti bridges with simple adaptations, of course, and it is a lot of fun. We've done it before. The purpose of this kit, or the objective, is to teach our youth about engineering and engineering design, and they probably will not even realize it when we get done. And the main thing that I think they're going to learn is what shapes engineers use to make structures more stable and to make them more safe. The book that we tagged anytime we do a kit for the libraries, we like to, of course, include early literacy skills. So we usually provide a children's book for them that directly relates to the kit that they're using. So the book that we chose for this kit is Curious George Built a Treehouse. I like the level 2 reader. It's very easy to read, great for audiences, and the kids love it. And it's one that when you lay down, your older participants will be able to pick up and read as well. So I always like that. It's one they can go check out from the library and work on. After you read the book, that's the first thing you do, come in and introduce yourself, read the book, and then there are some take a closer look questions in your kit lesson plan. So every kit comes complete with a lesson plan and online training videos where possible. And we try to do that for all of them. So far, so good. It has the take a closer look question. So you'll ask the kids things like, what trouble did George have building his tree house? What do you think people have the same kinds of trouble when they build buildings? How did having a plan help George be successful in building his tree house? And then we talk about civil engineers and architects, or the people who design homes and buildings and bridges, and talk about how they, a little bit, very briefly and in vague, large details with broad strokes, how they do that. And then we always have an investigation because these are science kits and they go back to science projects, and so there's some sort of experiment or something that the kids are able to do. So we're going to investigate which shapes are best for building. Your materials list is here. I have all the materials in front of me. They will come complete with your kit. You just pull them out and get started and go. So put the children into groups and divide up their materials. The materials that they will need are crayons and paper, and those are in the kit. They all need crayons and paper. You're going to spend the first few minutes allowing them to plan out a design, and whether their design makes sense to you or not is okay. If you don't think that planning a design is an appropriate, age-appropriate activity for your group, then use the crayons and paper to draw a picture of what they did today at the end and use it more as a reflection activity than a planning activity. That's perfectly fine, but once they've planned, each group is going to get some spaghetti noodles and large marshmallows. And I try to give them all their own bag of marshmallows and their own box of spaghetti. And working in groups then, they are going to, and I'm gonna open this one, build towers. And you'll see I try to give you some pretty sturdy, this is not angel hair, this is pretty good pasta. So they're gonna just insert these into the ends of the marshmallows and build simple structures. They may start with cube-like things, and then they'll learn that if they cross beams and use triangles, that their structures will be more sturdy. And it's all about trial and error during the building process. They're gonna build things up and try, put a little bit of pressure on top and see what happens to their building and see if they can fix it. So we're using that inquiry and experiential learning that we love in 4-H. So instead of sitting here and boring you with how to build spaghetti towers, I feel like you're going to be able to do that on your own, and the kids can do it. There are no rules on spaghetti towers. They can use as many pieces of spaghetti, as many marshmallows. They can cut marshmallows, break spaghetti noodles, whatever they want to do. But their challenge is to build the highest and tallest spaghetti tower. So we want it to go up, the tallest spaghetti tower that will support the weight of a book. So you will need, and that is not provided in the kit, do that because you guys are at the libraries and books are plentiful. But I do have some books on the shelf behind me. So I recommend getting something like this. No surprise to anyone, the Very Growers Companion Guide is close on hand. This is really about the size. You can see it up next to me. This is about the size and weight that the thickness that you're looking for. Not super thick, not too heavy. I would say it's probably a couple of pounds. This one is probably, if you have older kids, you might could use something this thickness and this weight, this size, but with your younger kids, you're going to want something a little bit lighter. You want it to be a challenge, but you don't want to completely destroy their confidence because you put something unrealistic and unreasonable task in front of them. So that is the basis of the spaghetti tower challenge. Once everyone's finished their towers, time runs out, whichever way you need to run it, then you will go around and have the kids move as groups from table to table or section to section, test the towers, and then if you have a chance when everyone has finished after you tested the first time, allow them to make changes to their design and retest, because that's a good way to process the activity for them. So once you've done that, there is a need for reflection, and we're going to take a few minutes at the end of your class to ask the kids what they could do to make their tower stronger or more stable, which shapes worked best. You're going to find triangles is the answer. And ask them, of course, to apply that to the bigger picture and to real life scenarios. How do you think engineers test their designs when they need to build buildings or bridges that are really big? And so that opens up the discussion for computer models and various tests on individual materials to determine their durability and how they react to different challenges like temperature changes, moisture, humidity, strength tests, and being able to hold up weight, etc. And there are lots of different engineers involved in that process. So as you can see, the idea of the kit is to involve children in the engineering and design process and to begin to have them thinking about careers in science and the way science affects us in our everyday lives. So this is a simple kit, very easy activity. You will find in the kit as well a handout that will look something like this. I'm going to add a little bit more artwork to it to make it better for you. But I printed out my rough draft for now. This is an extension piece. All you have to do is pass it out. It says our adventures today may be over, but there's more to learn when you join 4-H. And this gives youth an opportunity to learn more about what 4-H opportunities are available to them in our county. And also every county or every branch that gets kits this year will get a roll of 4-H stickers. So every time the kids do 4-H activities with you in the library, please make sure they all get a fun 4-H sticker. So that's it for this kit. We're super excited about it. If you have any questions, as always, call the Calhoun County Extension Office and ask for Whitney Cherry. Thank you.